Hey, it's Michael here, and I'm excited to introduce you to Scout, your new lead research assistant. So, this is super exciting. It's a new custom GPT that I put together, my first one that I'm offering to you, the public, to try it out. Let me know, does it help? And I actually came up with this idea because in my own business, Audyx, that I'm getting going, I am wanting to make personal outreach with those I reach out to. I want to make sure that I am reaching the right ICP so that the leads I got are the right leads that I should be reaching out to. If not, I don't want to bother them, but I want to reach out to those that are a fit for what I'm looking to do. And I also want to know more about them, their business. But here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes clicking through links, reading articles. I want everything in one spot within a few seconds to let me know, are they a fit? Here's some more about them. And then here are ideas that you can use to reach out to them. So if you're ready to go, let's go ahead and test out Scout. So Fisher Philbrick is my overall big business, and then within that we have many ideas coming through. So Audyx is one that I mentioned that I am still validating right now. It is a consulting service of Fisher Philbrick for the proper way to notate it. Once it is validated, it would become its own legal entity. But let's go to fisherphilbrick.com, we'll go to premium content, and then here we are. Easy way to always find Scout, your link to it. It will open up into ChatGPT. You can read this right here. Look at this cute little face, you guys. I love that so much. And so let's click get started. It'll introduce itself. Once you've signed up for the trial or are a paying subscriber, all you'll have to do is add in your email. It will ask, can we confirm this? And then you'll be good to go. But let's say we don't have that. We click that, it'll bring up Stripe, and 3 days free are so that you can actually see, is this useful? Is it working? How you need it to work? If not, you can cancel it. No questions asked. I do not even care if you need to cancel it because I don't want to take your money if it's not helpful for you. But I'm going to show you through this, and I think by the end of it, you think it probably will be helpful. Especially if you are in sales, if you were ever an SDR, like I was one a couple months ago, and I would have loved to have this so much. So I added this. This is a test, so it won't work if you try to do it yourself. Let's confirm that it can go ahead and check my email. Awesome. I am a either free trial user for 3 days or I'm a paying member. Then it will jump in to ask you about your company so that it can actually give you the best information possible. So I'll start with that. And then it should ask for more. What I would suggest is actually go ahead and jot this information down like on your notes in your computer, because if you don't know how GPTs work, each session that you start, it will retain that information for you. But as soon as you start a new session, or say you talk too much and it says you're at your limit with this, then you need to start a new session, and all of this is a little bit annoying if you have to do it constantly. If you just do it once like I'm doing here, it's not a big deal at all. So after after Scout knows a little bit more about your business, which it does now about Audyx, then we need to let it know who you actually want to reach out to. ICP, your ideal customer profile. So it's going to ask some questions. So I usually say tech startups or startups that have 50 to 250 employees. I'll say strictly because when I did this before, it was like, is that a loose one or not? Can we do more? United States, that's who I'm looking to work with. CEOs and founders will be my key decision makers. Let's see, pain points. Their business is going faster than they can keep up with. They need to drive more revenue. All very true. Messy operations, likely, and stuff falling through the cracks. And then, so it asks like pain points or triggers. So a trigger would be like, then if they are hiring or were recently funded, then it means they are likely a good fit. So this is where you can tell it everything you need to know. If you haven't used a tool like this, you can also update it. So if you don't like what it's doing, like if you don't agree with any of this, then you can tell it, hey, I need to update this. And for that session, it will retain that. So that is really good to know. If anything within this is just like, I don't like this, ask it, let it know. These things are smart. What I've built is like the structure of how it should be acting and what it should be going through. But that's where you can also come in and teach it some other things if you'd like to. So we are going to share myself because I don't want to give you someone else's information. And so it should go ahead and it'll be searching the web, it'll be searching LinkedIn, anything out there for me. Then it will bring that up. And so I find this to be the most helpful. Like this part, of course, it's my name, so I find that fun. But this will link to my personal LinkedIn. We've got the website. We've got the LinkedIn company page. That is really helpful because if you don't think like 2 to 10, is that true? I'll go up here, click that, get to the LinkedIn. And then associated members, I have this because maybe they say 2 to 10 employees, but then they have like 50 associated members. Likely they did not update this. So they could be a fit, even though based on this, it's checking this, it's not a fit. So then it will give you a description, any recent news, which for myself, there's not much out there besides on fisherphilbrick.com and my LinkedIn. But then I'm not funded, I'm not hiring, so nothing there. But it actually is really interesting when they are, because you're like, wow, they just got how much money? Like, ooh, hoo, hoo. And then this will be going off of, my own LinkedIn as well. From there, I found it's very hard to read and talk at the same time. But you can look at that, and this is just information of what I've posted, and then that's something you can use. So, they finished their first beta. They're publicly launched. Oh, how cool, how exciting. And then the fit analysis, we got almost everything except they're not a fit because they are too young, too little. But then here's the cool thing for outreach. So if you want to create your own from scratch, then you are more than welcome to do that. But these are just some things that you could mention within that. Like, hey, congrats on finishing your beta and you just publicly launched your business. That is so awesome. And then you talk about your own business. And so these are cool things you can add. But then say if this was a fit, it would go into like, would you like to draft? And so I would just say yes. And then a good rule of thumb is that you should never just take what any of these tools give you and copy, paste it, send it out. You need to be using the brain that God gave you and use the context you have to actually edit, fine-tune these. Maybe it is perfect, or maybe I don't like how it's using these subject lines, and I can tell it for future emails, I need all of the subject lines to be blank. And then it will remember that, and it will do that for all your future leads that you put in this session. But I keep saying in this session because that's really an important thing to note, which hopefully you do. But you can read that. I want to personalize it further. So if you want to take this and then make edits, these are great things that you can take from there. And then, man, I really, really wanted this connection note because I never know what to say. And what I've learned recently, which I'll share with you, is that ideally in the cold outreach, you want to send your cold email, then you view their profile because it will say Michael future profile. Then the next day you follow them, then wait a day or two, then you connect with them, and then wait 2 to 3 days, and then you send them a LinkedIn message referencing your cold email or emails that you've sent in that same time. And apparently if they see you that many times in the course of a week or so, then that will really hit home harder than if you just send an email and then, connect too soon or too late. So I did teach it to try not to do any hard selling in the connection note because I myself will automatically decline and ignore them. One, if they don't say why they want to connect with me, I'm like, why are you trying to connect with me? And two, if they're trying to hard sell me in the connection, I'm like, I don't want to be hard sold to. Soft selling, yes. Get to know me and then sell to me and let me know how you can help. Yes, I'm interested in that. And this too, if you don't like how any of this is, let your chat know. But I do want to, let's go over, is it worth paying for this subscription? Because maybe you're asking that too. Ask the chat. Absolutely fair question. And so this is letting you know what it actually does. And I know for myself, it saved me about 10 to 20 minutes per lead. I mean, I would never spend 20 minutes, but at least 10. And then, return on investment, you'll save hours on research, have a higher chance. Yep. And then, yeah, the tools out there for SDRs, they cost so much more. But then, if you do want to cancel, you'll get an email from Stripe when you sign up for the free trial. That's how you can manage your subscription. And then if you really don't know what to do, you can always email me at goodoldhello@fisherphilbrick.com. And then, bottom line, yes, it will pay for itself. And I just think this is so cool, you guys. I really do. I think it is awesome and amazing. And I hope you do as well. But you can always let me know. I would advise you just try it out. If you have friends that are in sales, send the link to them. Have them try it out. Send this video to them. And I think they will be hooked on it and very excited. But we'll leave it there for now. And I hope you enjoy Scout.